Hello my lovely nestlings and welcome to today's video where I'm going to talk about makeup red flags. What makes me go, when I read a description or a name, a branding of a certain makeup product. I saw Lauren May Beauty and Angelica do this video and I was going yes. So that is why I decided to make my own, and apparently I'm also feeling a little bit bitchy today. It's because of the makeup look. And if you're new, welcome. My name is Nikki. I am from the Netherlands, hence the accent. I'm also slightly orcish, relatively vintage. I love spooky stuff, makeup and being creative. The slightly orcish means that I'm green. I'm a light to light, medium, neutral to warm, olive. Well, I'm a little bit more on the warmer side of neutral, so I'm warmish. And the relatively vintage means I am 46. Today's video is not about bashing brands or saying that you should not like something that I don't like and kind of vice versa. It's just that there are some beauty descriptions that I'm just like, no thank you. Or I just have very, large question marks by. I feel like my English is not on point today. So I saw Angelica and Lauren's video and I will link both videos down below, and I just thought it was a brilliant idea. Now I know that Angelica, like me, doesn't do makeup releases. We see so many makeup products, and in the new makeup releases that I do, I always give my opinion, right? So I have probably kind of bitched about this a little bit already, and I'm just going to go over the list that I have here and see how far we get before I'm tired of bitching. Yes, let's start with the first one, and that's Ultra Matte. I've seen it in bronzers being described as Ultra Matte. I have seen it in lipsticks and especially liquid lipsticks, and every time I wear an Ultra Matte liquid lipstick I get that, I don't know, it feels like the life is being sucked out of me, Yeah, when I see that, I usually do read kind of the description, the rest of how they describe the product, and I get that they need to market it in a certain way, but I just don't understand the Ultra Matte. I don't. The next thing that I have, which was also on Angelica list, is Dewy and Glowy. Now, fun fact is, and this was actually also what she said, is that a lot of people say the older you get, the more you like glowy products. Now, I'm older than Angelica. I'm 64. I'm 46. I'm almost 47. What I have on my face today is glowing enough for me. And that is, the glow that you see is because of the beauty lights. If I have a glowy foundation on, you can see everything. Every line, every pore, every texture that I have in my skin, you can see it. I do have to say that when you're outside, a product that is a little bit glowy or luminous can look very, very pretty. My skin type is basically normal to dry, but I have found that if I try a foundation, for instance, that's marked as glowy and especially glowy and hydrating, I just feel like I look like a glitter ball, and I just don't go for that. And I know that a lot of people really, really love the term dewy and glowy. For me though, I don't know, unless it's for lips or a glowy blush, but it needs to be a powder blush, then I'm okay with it. Hello, honey buns. What are you doing? Oh, yes, I'm your color. You see a tail? No, you don't see a tail because of my black shirt, but that's okay. The next thing that I'm going to go to is universally flattering. And I have questioned this often. I have seen it in different makeup products as well. Brow pencils, blushes, bronzers, hell, even BB creams and light coverage foundations that I'm like, how can something be universally flattering? I just told you I'm green, right? So universally flattering on me is usually orange if it's a complexion product. And let's go then to the brow products, and I know that Angelica also touched on this, but for me being an olive, having very, very dark hair, it looks black, it's very dark brown actually. If I have a universally flattering brow product in my brows, it makes my brows look red and me more green. So also, can we please stop with the nude pinks? They also describe that as universally flattering. I don't agree. Again, it makes me look green. Then the next thing that can kind of, you know, go into that is the UV reactive, especially lippies. Now, I said I'm 46. The UV reactive thing was a novelty when I was younger because they could make it any color and it would turn pink on my lips. And when I was young, and I mean very, very young, I was like,
that's almost magical.
Well, now I know better, and usually, because I have an exception to the rule, actually, do I still have it? Yes, I do. Usually, they are a wonky shade of pink. Now, the exception to the rule I actually have here, which is from Essence. This is a pH reacting lip glow. The funny thing about this one is, though, and I can kind of swatch it, it is pink, but it has a golden sparkle through it, and because of that on me you can see what it does. It's kind of more peach. That is the exception to the rule because usually they are a not universally flattering pink, and unless you put a kind of a colored sparkle in here like this to offset the pink, it's just going to be the same color. Yes, it depends on your own lip color, but still usually it's the same shade of kind of a wonky, neonish, for me, very unflattering pink. Yes, let's go next to lip and cheek tint. So I love liquid blushes. I love cream blushes, but I have found that when it says lip and cheek tint, it usually doesn't dry down. And I do not like that. I actually tried some from Dr. Paw Paw. Can we just do not do that with the Paw Paw? From Dr. Paw Paw, it was too dry to be on the lips, for me at least. It was too sticky on the cheeks, and it was so sheer that you couldn't see it. I had to powder it because I don't like a sticky face. It's a texture thing. I don't like a sticky face. And if I then have to set it and the color goes away, then what's the point? So usually, in my experience at least, lip and cheek tints are no. Yes. Okay. The next thing, yeah, let's kind of go to this, the blue light protection. I hate to burst your bubble, but there's no such thing as blue light protection, especially not in makeup. It's just not a thing. It's a marketing trick. And I understand that brands need to sell their products. I understand that. I very much understand that they go with what is popular, and especially what people want to hear. So hot right now is blue light, right? Blue light protection. So they just do a blue light filter in your setting spray. But it's a marketing trick. So if I see that, I'm like, oh, really? Are they doing this still? I look what else are they saying about the setting spray. And if it sounds like something that I would like, I'll try it, but not because of the blue light. Not because of the blue light. And the next thing is kind of almost a little bit segue into this. And this is probably a very unpopular makeup opinion, but I detest the term clean beauty. What usually happens with clean beauty is that you get a whole list of things that are not in there. No parabens, no sulfates, no whatever. And I have always said I would rather have parabens than fungus. Parabens are not bad unless you are allergic or sensitive to one of the ingredients. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about it's a preservative. A paraben is a preservative. I know I get a comment saying, but I cannot stand preservatives, I break out. That's probably because you're sensitive to one of the ingredients and not necessarily all parabens. It's a hype, guys. It's a hype. Please don't fall for it. The whole clean beauty thing, first, it's not regulated. Second, it doesn't say anything. And then also the non-toxic and non-chemical. Everything is a chemical. Everything. If you find anything in nature, it's all a chemical. What you mean is that it is not fabricated in a lab. But something being found in nature is not necessarily less harmful than something created in a lab. What do they mean by non-toxic? Tell me, what do you mean by non-toxic? That there's no arsenic in my makeup? Well, better well damn hope not. You know, so also on a side note, kind of off topic, everything, and I mean everything, can be toxic in the right quantities. Let's just say that. The next thing, which is kind of a little bit in the same clean beauty trend, is skincare infused. I understand that a lot of people love that. I really, really do. And it's not necessarily off-putting for me, but I always take it with a big grain of salt. Why? Because I have skincare on always. And if I'm going to go outside for any stretch of time, I wear a sunscreen. So makeup having skincare infused in it doesn't penetrate my sunscreen. So I just pay for what? A colored cream. If I want a colored cream, I'll buy a colored cream and I won't buy a foundation. Does that make any sense? And yes, I have Kosas here, I have House Labs here, I have makeup that has skincare ingredients in it. Why? Because I wanted to try it. It sounded nice finish-wise, and how they described how the product would kind of feel on your skin, you know, lightweight and all that. And there's just no going around it right now because it's a hype. And brands as I said, want to sell, so they hop on that trend train. I understand that, and I'm not faulting them for it. It's what the consumer wants. The consumer wants clean makeup, which is again not regulated. The consumer wants skincare. They want an all-in-one product. They want basically something that makes them 25 years younger and makes coffee and cleans the house. That's what we want, right? But it's not really. There's no one fits all. There's just not one. So if there's skincare infused, I'm always like, oh, again. Because for me personally, it's almost more a gimmick than that it very much does something. And then also when they go about with their clinically proving to improve your skin in 30 days, I'm like, yeah, well, that won't work for me. My skincare does that, not my makeup. Yes, rant over. The next thing is Luminous Matt. And this was Huda Beauty with, what was it again? Oh, I think she has a Luminous Matte concealer, maybe foundation and a bronzer, whatever. What the hell is a Luminous Matte? You cannot be matte and luminous at the same time. Because if you're luminous, you're not matte. And if you're matte, you're not luminous. So what is it? Is it matte with sparkle? Then it's still not matte. You know? Please explain, because I don't understand. I don't understand it. It's so, I don't get it. And I said so in the new makeup releases when I talked about it. And it's not that I don't want to try the product, especially a cream bronzer, because I love cream bronzers, but I don't understand the Luminous Matte. If you do, please explain it, because in my maybe not so humble opinion today, there is no such thing as a Luminous Matte. I think, is it an oxymoron? I don't know. But anyway, it's no. I don't know, maybe it's my autistic brain that just doesn't make sense of it. I have no idea, but there's no such thing as luminous. Can you tell that I'm very much confused by that? Luminous Matte. The last thing that I'm going to mention is Ultra Pigmented. And I understand why it's a thing. I very much understand why it's a thing. I also know why I don't love it. But I also know that if I find a product that is all ultra pigmented, I always tell you guys about it. Because not everyone is as pasty pale. Well, I'm not really pasty pale, but not everyone is as light as me. So ultra pigmented works amazingly for deeper skin tones, but not for me. And I have found this through my years of using all types of different eyeshadow, different types of finishes, different types of pigmentation, different formulas. But I just don't want an eyeshadow, for instance, that if I dip my brush in, I have to be extremely careful. Otherwise, I just have this intense black on my eyes right out of the gate. And I just don't want that. Why? Because I don't want to spend eons blending. My eyelids are older. And I have said this before, my skin is older. And when your skin is older, it just loses a little bit of the suppleness, right? So what do you kind of get? You kind of get like, you know, panties. When the elastic band has kind of lost its stretch, it kind of sags, you know? Skin does the same thing. So if I have to blend a lot, I move my eyelid a lot and my eyelids start to hang more, and I don't want that. So I want a buildable formula. Same with blush and bronzer. If I see a blush that's ultra pigmented, I think it was the Moira blushes. The one that looked very, very pretty, you know, with the two-toned in it. I wanted to try them, but when I heard that they were extremely pigmented, I was like, no, thank you. I just don't want that, because I put it on the face and it's like I have clown cheeks, and it is not the makeup look that I go for. Again, if you are darker than me, you'll probably love it. It will probably be one of the things that you are looking for. For me, the thing that I'm looking for is a buildable pigmented formula. Not sheer, but buildable formula. And then that was it for today. What I basically hope to accomplish with this video is not necessarily to put you off of certain things, but to make you aware of certain things. Certain things are just not regulated. Certain things are a marketing trick to make you buy the product. These things though that I mentioned, for me, it's either no, I don't want it, or it's like, I don't really like that, I'm not going to fall for it. But it could very well be that the rest of the description does make me want to try the product. And I kind of hope that makes sense. So I had a lot of fun filming this. I don't want to be very, very negative, but sometimes I just like being a little bit ranty. Because, I don't know, I feel better after. Something like that. Let me know if you enjoyed the video. If you have any video ideas, let me know down below in the comment section as well. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. Oh, if you're still here, leave me any purple emoji, or black, or the cat, because we can. Also, don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much for watching. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. If you have any questions or comments, please leave them down in the comment section below. I am going to wish you a fantastic day, a fabulous evening. May your foundation always match your neck, and I will see you soon in my next video. Bye guys.